There is a reason God tells us to be silent. Not everything you desire, not every vision He has placed in your heart should be spoken aloud. Silence is power. The moment you reveal too much, you invite opposition, doubt, and forces that work against you. The greatest manifestations happen in the unseen, just like a seed grows beneath the soil before it breaks through. Your words shape your reality, and if you speak too soon, you risk allowing others to interfere with the divine process. Be still, move in silence, let God work, and let your results speak for themselves. Silence is power because it allows the unseen forces of God to work on your behalf without interference. When you remain quiet, you give space for divine orchestration to unfold without human limitation. Too often, people sabotage their own blessings by speaking too soon, sharing too much, or revealing their plans before they have fully formed. The world is full of energy. Every thought, every word, every intention carries a frequency that shapes reality. When you speak, you release that energy into the world, but if you speak prematurely, you risk scattering your power before it has had a chance to fully manifest. Look at how nature operates. The mightiest trees begin as hidden seeds buried deep beneath the soil. The roots establish themselves in silence before the first shoot ever breaks the surface. If the seed is exposed too soon, it cannot survive. The same is true for the dreams, desires, and blessings that God has placed in your heart. They need time in the dark, time away from the doubters, the naysayers, and even your own fears. When you learn to guard your words and hold your vision close, you protect the manifestation process from interference. Jesus himself moved in silence. When he performed miracles, he often told people not to speak about them. Why? Because revelation before the appointed time invites resistance. The more people know, the more they project their own doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs onto you. What God is doing in your life is not for public display until it has matured enough to withstand scrutiny. There is a divine timing to everything, and silence ensures that you are not exposing your blessings to an atmosphere that isn't ready to receive them. When you speak, you engage with the world around you, but when you remain silent, you engage with the unseen power within. Your thoughts, when focused, are far more powerful than words spoken out of alignment. The inner conversation you have with yourself shapes your destiny. If you constantly announce your plans to the world, you invite outside opinions that may weaken your faith. But if you hold onto your vision in silence, nurturing it with belief, you create an unshakable foundation that no external force can destroy. Think of the times when you shared something important with someone only to feel doubt creeping in afterward. That is because not everyone is meant to witness the early stages of your journey. The wrong energy can disrupt your alignment with God's plan. The enemy works through distraction, and one of the biggest distractions is unnecessary conversation. The more you explain, the more you dilute your power. Some things are meant to be kept between you and God until the time of revelation. The world has conditioned people to seek validation through constant talking, but true power does not beg to be acknowledged. It reveals itself in undeniable results. Those who are truly powerful do not announce their every move. They move in silence and let the outcome speak for itself. The greatest victories are those that take the world by surprise because they were cultivated in the quiet, away from interference. Silence is not weakness. It is a strategy. It is an act of faith, trusting that what God has set in motion does not need constant explanation. The moment you feel the urge to prove yourself, remember that power does not explain. It simply is. Guard your words, hold your vision close, and allow the power of silence to work for you. The less you speak, the more you align with the divine, and the more unstoppable you become. Words are not just sounds, they are creative forces that shape your reality. Every word you speak carries energy, and that energy molds the world around you. If you truly understood the power of your words, you would be careful with every syllable that leaves your mouth. The Bible says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. meaning that what you say has the ability to build or destroy, to create or to curse. Nothing spoken is ever lost. It lingers, taking shape, attracting circumstances that align with the vibration of your words. When you declare something, you give it form. Your words are like seeds planted in the soil of your subconscious mind. They take root, grow, and eventually manifest in your external reality. The problem is that most people speak without awareness, scattering their words carelessly, not realizing that every idle word is still at work. Complaints, doubts, and fears, when spoken repeatedly, become instructions for your reality to follow. If you constantly say, "I never have enough money," or "nothing ever works out for me," you are unknowingly setting those conditions in motion. God designed words to be instruments of creation. In Genesis, he spoke the universe into existence. He didn't struggle, he didn't negotiate, he simply said, "Let there be light," and there was light. That same divine ability to shape reality through speech has been given to you. But instead of using it wisely, many waste their words by speaking against their own blessings. Every time you say, "I can't do this," you shut the door on the very opportunity that could have elevated you. Every time you declare, "People always betray me," you create more experiences that confirm that belief. The words you habitually use form the blueprint of your life. This is why silence is often more powerful than speech. When you learn to control your words, you take control of your destiny. People who talk excessively about their plans rarely succeed because they disperse their creative energy before the vision has taken root. The moment you speak your desires into the wrong ears, you invite doubt, resistance, and even opposition. Not everyone will understand your vision, and the wrong reaction from someone else can plant uncertainty in your heart. Doubt is like a weed. It grows fast and chokes the life out of your dream. Guarding your words means guarding your faith. Faith is not just believing, it is knowing. And when you know something deeply, you do not need to keep explaining it to others. When you repeatedly speak about something, seeking reassurance, it often means you are not fully convinced. True belief is silent, steady, and unshaken. It does not need to be announced because it already exists in the unseen realm, waiting for the right moment to appear in the physical. The world is full of distractions, and one of the greatest distractions is unnecessary conversation. The more you talk, the more you engage with lower energies that pull you away from your divine alignment. People will try to make you justify your faith, defend your dreams, or explain your path. But true power does not need explanation. A seed does not need to explain how it will become a tree. It simply grows. The sun does not announce when it will rise. It simply appears. Likewise, when you truly understand the power of your words, you will speak only when necessary and allow your reality to shift according to your internal alignment. Speak only what you desire to see. Declare only what you want to manifest. If a thought does not serve your highest good, do not give it life by speaking it into existence. Hold your vision close, protect your words, and understand that silence is not emptiness. It is the space where creation begins. Not everyone is for you. This is a truth many struggle to accept, but it is one of the most important lessons in life. You may believe that because someone smiles at you, listens to you, or even claims to love you, they have your best interests at heart. But not everyone who is near you is meant to support you. Some are watching, not to celebrate your growth, but to find a weakness, a moment of doubt, a crack in your foundation that they can exploit. This is why you must be careful with what you reveal and to whom. The greatest attacks often come from those who are closest. Joseph, in the Bible, had a dream of greatness, a vision given by God. But in his excitement, he shared it with his brothers, thinking they would rejoice with him. Instead, they were filled with envy, and their jealousy drove them to betray him, selling him into slavery. What Joseph did not realize at the time was that his words triggered emotions in his brothers that had been hidden beneath the surface. This is what happens when you reveal too much to people who are not aligned with your destiny. They may not say anything to your face, but inwardly, resentment begins to grow. and resentment, when left unchecked, turns into action. Subtle sabotage, silent prayers for your downfall, and even direct attacks against your progress. Many people have lost their blessings not because they were unworthy, but because they spoke too soon. The enemy works through people, often through those who appear friendly, familiar, and even loving. When you share your dreams, ideas, or spiritual revelations with the wrong person, you give them access to something sacred. Words create energy, and once that energy is released, it interacts with the consciousness of those who hear it. If they are filled with jealousy, insecurity, or doubt, their energy can work against you in ways you may not even perceive. Some betrayal do not happen with actions. They happen in the unseen realm. When someone harbors resentment toward you, their thoughts alone can create obstacles in your path. This is why Jesus often withdrew to pray alone. He understood the importance of being selective with his words and his company. He did not share everything with everyone, only revealing deeper truths to those who were spiritually prepared to receive them. Likewise, you must learn to discern who is truly for you and who is only present because of curiosity, convenience, or hidden envy. It is not always wise to seek approval or validation from others. The moment you start sharing your visions with those who lack faith, you invite their doubts into your world. Even a single word of discouragement can plant a seed of hesitation in your mind. If you are not careful, you may begin to second guess yourself, delaying or even abandoning the very thing God placed in your spirit. Some people will never see what you see because their eyes are not trained to recognize greatness. They have conditioned themselves to think small, so when they hear of something grand, their first instinct is to discredit it. You do not owe anyone an explanation for what God is doing in your life. The blessings, the breakthroughs, and the visions are not for public discussion until they have fully manifested. A lion does not announce its hunt. It moves in silence and strikes at the right moment. Your progress should be evident not in the words you speak, but in the results you produce. Let people see the transformation without you needing to explain every step. Let them wonder how you did it rather than giving them the opportunity to interfere. Be careful. Watch, listen, and discern. Some people will only support you as long as you remain at their level. The moment you rise, their true nature is revealed. Protect your dreams, guard your words, and remember, not everyone is for you. Concede your desires until they manifest, for there is power in secrecy. Every great thing begins in the unseen, in the silence before the storm, in the depths before the rise. When a seed is planted, it does not immediately announce itself to the world. It remains buried, hidden beneath the soil, absorbing nutrients, growing strong in the dark, and only when it is ready does it break through the earth. Your desires work the same way. If you expose them too soon, they may be trampled upon before they have had a chance to take root. Many people make the mistake of sharing their visions before they are fully formed. They talk about their dreams, their plans, their ambitions, believing that by speaking them aloud, they are affirming their reality. But what they do not realize is that the more they reveal, the more they invite interference. The moment you announce your desires, you open the door for outside opinions, doubts, and even resistance. Some will try to discourage you, not out of malice, but because they cannot see what you see. Others, however, will seek to sabotage you, envious of the potential they recognize in you, but do not possess themselves. Everything in life follows a divine order. A child is conceived in the womb and remains unseen for months before it is ready to enter the world. If birth is forced too soon, the child is vulnerable, unprepared for life outside the protection of the womb. Your desires are the same. They need time to grow, to develop in the safety of your own consciousness before they are ready to manifest. If you reveal them prematurely, you risk exposing them to an environment that is not yet prepared to receive them. There is wisdom in moving in silence. When you hold your desires close, you give them the space to unfold without interference. You allow them to grow in strength, to become solid in your mind and spirit before they face the external world. Too often, people share their dreams in search of validation. hoping for encouragement or approval. But when you seek validation, you give others the power to define your reality. If they do not believe in what you are creating, their disbelief can weaken your own faith. Even a single word of doubt, if allowed to take root, can delay or even destroy what you are trying to bring into existence. Consider the way God operates. He does not announce his plans before they unfold. He does not reveal every detail of what he is doing. Instead, he moves in ways that are often unseen until the right moment arrives. When a blessing comes, it appears as though it happened suddenly, but in truth, it was being prepared all along, hidden from view, taking shape in the unseen realm before it became visible. You must learn to do the same. Let your desires take shape in silence. Let them be nurtured in faith, protected from the distractions of the outside world. The strongest foundations are built in secret. A skyscraper's foundation is dug deep beneath the earth before a single floor is visible. The taller the building, the deeper the foundation must go. If you desire something great, you must be willing to let it develop in the unseen. Do not rush to prove yourself, to announce your intentions, or to seek approval. Move with quiet confidence, knowing that what is yours is already on its way. When the time is right, your desires will manifest, and when they do, there will be no need for explanation. The results will speak for themselves. The same people who once doubted you will wonder how you did it. Let them wonder. Let them be surprised. Let them see the evidence of what was once hidden. Conceal your desires, nurture them in faith, and trust that when the time is right, they will manifest in ways greater than you ever imagined. Move in silence and let God speak through results. The world is full of noise, people talking, explaining, seeking approval, and justifying their actions. But true power does not explain itself. It does not need permission. It simply exists, undeniable and unstoppable. The greatest victories are those that come as a surprise, the ones no one saw coming because they were being built in the quiet. When you understand this, you will no longer feel the need to announce every step you take. Instead, you will move with a quiet confidence, allowing your results to reveal what words never could. There is something unshakable about a person who does not feel the need to explain themselves. They do not seek validation. They do not argue their case. They do not beg for belief. They know who they are. They know what they are building, and they know that in time, everything will be made clear. Jesus himself often spoke in parables, revealing truths only to those who were ready to receive them. He did not try to convince everyone because he understood that not everyone was meant to understand. In the same way, you must realize that your journey is not for everyone. Some will only see the vision when it is fully manifested, and that is perfectly fine. When you talk too much about what you are doing, you dilute your own energy. Every word you speak is a release of power. And if you constantly explain, defend, or announce your plans, you are scattering that power instead of focusing it. The most successful people, the ones who achieve great things, do not spend their time explaining their every move. They work, they build, they align themselves with the divine, and when the time is right, their success speaks for itself. And when the time is right, their success speaks for itself. Look at nature. A tree does not explain how it grows, it simply grows. The sun does not announce when it will rise, it simply appears. The ocean does not explain its depth, it simply exists in its fullness. Everything in creation moves with a quiet certainty, never seeking permission, never explaining itself, never justifying its existence. You too must embody this same energy. Move in silence. Work in the unseen. Let people wonder. Let them speculate. Let them assume, because in the end, none of it matters. What matters is that when the time comes, your results will make it clear that God was working in you all along. Too many people waste energy trying to prove themselves before their time. They talk about their goals, their plans, their dreams, hoping that others will believe in them. But belief from others is not necessary for manifestation. Faith is internal, and the more you keep your vision within, the stronger it becomes. When you speak too soon, you invite doubt, not only from others, but even within yourself. You begin to question, to seek reassurance, to wonder if what you are building is possible. But when you move in silence, there is no room for doubt. There is only action, alignment, and certainty. When the results come, they will be undeniable. The same people who once doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge the power of what you have created. And by then, you will no longer need their approval. You will have already stepped into your purpose, already become the person God intended you to be. There is no need to talk about the process when the proof is standing before them. Move in silence. Let God do the talking through the manifestation of your blessings. Work, build, pray, believe, but do it in the quiet, away from distraction, away from interference. Let your results be the only explanation you ever need. Silence is a weapon, a shield, and a strategy. In a world that thrives on noise, distraction, and constant validation, those who understand the power of silence hold an advantage that few recognize. Every word you speak is energy released, and when you speak too much, you give others the ammunition they need to weaken your position, slow your progress, or even stop you altogether. The enemy does not need to attack what he cannot see, and the moment you reveal too much, you give away your power. There is wisdom in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Those who master this truth move with authority, unshaken by the opinions, doubts, and fears of others. Look at the most powerful individuals throughout history, leaders, warriors, visionaries. They did not waste time explaining their every move. They understood that silence creates mystery, and mystery creates power. When people do not know your next step, they cannot prepare for it. When they do not know your vision, they cannot distort it. When they do not know your plans, they cannot interfere. Many people sabotage their own success not because they lack ability, but because they reveal their intentions too soon. They seek approval, encouragement, or validation, but in doing so, they expose their path to those who may not have pure intentions. Not everyone around you is a supporter. Some are disguised as friends, mentors, or even family, but inwardly they battle jealousy, insecurity, and hidden resentment. The moment they sense your growth, your potential, or your rising influence, they feel threatened. They may not openly oppose you, but their energy shifts. Some will subtly plant doubt in your mind, making you question your direction. Others will act supportive while secretly hoping for your failure. And then there are those who will actively work against you, using the very information you gave them to block your progress. This is why silence is not just a practice, it is a defense. The less people know about your thoughts, your plans, your desires, the harder it is for them to influence them. When you move quietly, people can only guess what you are doing. They are left wondering, speculating, and by the time they realize what you have built, it is already too late for them to stop it. There is power in unpredictability. There is strength in withholding information. There is protection in silence. Even Jesus understood the importance of discretion. He performed miracles, but he often told those he healed, "Tell no one." He withdrew from crowds to pray in solitude. He moved with purpose, but did not always reveal his plans. Why? Because he understood that not everyone was ready to receive the truth. He knew that revealing too much too soon could disrupt the divine process. Likewise, when you keep silent about your goals and desires, you allow them to develop without interference. Silence also protects you from your own doubts. When you constantly speak about what you are doing, you create room for hesitation. You invite second guessing, overthinking, and unnecessary pressure. But when you keep your desires close, you give them time to strengthen, to become solidified in your spirit before they face the outside world. People respect what they do not fully understand. When you move in silence, they see the results, but they do not know how you achieve them. They wonder how you overcame obstacles, how you built success, how you rose to a new level, but they cannot replicate what they do not comprehend. That is the power of silence. It keeps you ahead, protected, and in control. Use your silence wisely. Let it be your strategy, your protection, your strength. Speak only when necessary, and when you do, let your words be few but powerful. The less they know, the more secure your destiny becomes.